Hey everyone, it is Jay Soloff with Investors Alley, and this is our options trade of the week. So I am at marketchameleon.com looking at the unusual options volume table here to see kind of what the action was. It was a busy day. The market was down quite a bit early, rallied a lot at the close. Saw some really heavy action in some of the post-split names like Apple and Tesla. You can see both of them up here, with Apple trading over 4 million options, which is as much as Apple trades. That's even 4 times the normal amount. What I want to take a closer look, is VXX, which is short-term volatility, tracks the first 2 futures of the VIX, which is the S&P 500 implied volatility, so the kind of market volatility, forward-looking market volatility. Fair amount of call action, which makes sense on a day that volatility started and opened up quite a bit. It ended up closing down, but that may have to do with the 3-day weekend. Still traded twice as much as normal and mostly on the call side. So I'm going to take a little bit of a closer look at the trades in VXX and see if there's any sort of forecasting that can be made from that. So we will go to the trade list here, and then I'm going to sort it by quantity, see what the big trades were. You will see VXX used by institutions occasionally, big funds, so it is very possible that there are some quite large block trades in here. Sure enough, a bunch of big lot round number trades in here. So here's an interesting one. This one is looks like a put spread, but not exactly a straight up put spread. It's some sort of ratio. Looks like the 30 put, which was right below where VXX was at the time, was purchased. Looks like the 27 was sold 2,500 times. And I bet if we look down, we'll see more of these that traded. We're looking at 1222. Yep. So here's another 1250. So, and there's probably another 250 somewhere else. So my guess is this was what's considered a 1x2, where this was purchased, this was sold double. That's done to reduce the cost, particularly if you think that a trade, if you think that 27 is as far as VXX is going to fall, which, given the volatility in the market, it's very possible that VXX may not drop that much further. So although I wouldn't recommend selling more puts than buying, I don't like having that heavy risk on the downside. In this case, there's probably not too much downside. So this was likely a 2x4, 2,000 by 4,000 trade. That 2 of these were sold to make it around $1.60, which makes this only like a 65-cent purchase rather than quite a bit more expensive put spread. So this could be a hedge against volatility going down. It could be a bet that volatility is going to drop over the next 2 weeks. So kind of an interesting trade. Looks like kind of mixed across the board here of some various call and put trades. Just kind of positioning. Some of these could be hedges. Other of these could be just directional bets with volatility. It could be a little bit difficult to tell since it's used often for hedging. But here is VXX. You can see it started creeping up. Big up day, and then another big up day today, although it closed down. Again, that may be a factor of the 3-day weekend. But if we look at that trade that we were checking out here, was the 30 puts and the 27. You can see quite a bit of volume in both. So as I said before, I probably wouldn't recommend a 1x2. It's more of a professional level trade, or those who are who have margin accounts. But if you want to do that as a straight up trade, it would be relatively easy. It would just be a vertical spread, a put spread, where you're buying the 30, selling the 27. Now at this point in time, because it's in the money, it's now $1.90. But if it goes back above 30, obviously that won't be quite as expensive. But you could see why someone may want to do double of the 27 because it reduces this cost. So just an interesting way to take a downside position. Again, if you want to do that, I would recommend a straight up put spread rather than a ratio. And this option trading in general, calls and puts, and if you're relatively new to option trading, the sort of thing we cover in Option Floor Trader Pro. There's a link you can check out on the site, and I encourage you to check that out.